Pew, pew, pew. Intro music. Back, nigga. We back.
Sir.
Another episode of You Hate to See It. It's KP.
Mikey Dimes.
DY.
And we're here to talk about one of our favorite shows. The best superhero content on the market right now. I'm going to go ahead
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Boy,
Oh, without a doubt. That's easy.
get that Midville pack served up. Start rolling up, man.
I saw this show in 2019. I was just on Amazon browsing, and I was like, man, what the hell is this? What's The Boys, nigga? I clicked on that shit, man. I was like, no, this is different. This is different. This is going to be a special show. This is going to be a special show. And you know what? I was right.
You did put me on, man. You did put me on. You told me like midway through the first season, like 3 or 4 episodes dropped, and I binged it, and I was sold. That was all she wrote.
Hey, I'm not gonna lie. My brother put me on, and that nigga read the comics. I'm pretty sure. So, if anyone, he's the one that knew. Let's just be real.
Nerd alert! Nerd alert! Nerd alert!
Are we all nerds if we're having a podcast about a superhero show?
Absolutely, we are.
Yes, but there are levels to it, as we will soon find out.
That's why I'm about to eat you up in this podcast. That's why. You're not ready for this.
No, brother.
All right, so let's get right into it. As you guys can probably tell, we're all excited to be back in the world of The Boys. But let's just start. Give me your first impression of the first 3 episodes, how you think it compares to the second season, and how we're feeling going forward.
I mean, I guess I'll go first then. Just based off from, obviously we're only getting, 3 episodes for the next couple weeks or whatever. Just based off where we're at in the story, I feel like season 2, like the last couple episodes, that's when we're like, all right, this shit's hitting. I feel like there was like a little bit of a lull in the middle of the second season, but like with this season, I feel like just because we know what we all think we know what's about to happen, and it's just the implications of what we've seen, I feel like I'm just more on edge and more hyped from the first 3 episodes of this, just like already. So my first impression, this is going to be some epic season 4 and 5 of Game of Thrones type of season. So
they started off hot, man. They started off hot.
They started because they ended season 2 really well. Like they finally came out the shadows, right? So they were always kind of like doing shit in the background, just trying to figure stuff out, being real discreet, never actually encountering any of the actual soups. And like season 2 towards the end, when they really brought it to Homelander and girl power came together and kicked Stormfront's racist ass
they really jumped her ass.
They really beat the shit out of her. So like and you know they have leverage over Homelander and everything, and we kind of knew there was going to be a time jump and there was just going to be some dynamic shifts, and we sure did see a lot of fucking dynamic shifts as we get into this season. And I just think this one is about to make like the other seasons look like child play in some of the, like in the gore, in like the darkness that we're seeing, because it's like we're seeing like an unhinged Huey. Like this is a fuck it Huey season.
Dante, I like how you said like explosions, because I feel like just in the first 3 episodes we've already had as many explosions in those episodes as we did, or people's bodies getting blown up in these 3 episodes than we did like all last season. Like they amped that budget up. They're like, yeah, we need more special effects, we need more guts. That's what sells.
FX and makeup art is going crazy on that budget right there.
Bezos is just like, here, please make something fire.
Yeah.
But yeah, all right, so this season started off fucking crazy. We got, for my money, the wildest scene in The Boys' history, where they chasing this termite feller. Hey, man. I don't even got to describe, you know what I'm saying? You know,
that man was doing some freaky shit, man.
I know all the niggas I was watching that shit vicariously felt that pain of, you know what I'm saying? Like, I watched that shit, I'm like, he started squirming and shit.
Yes, that nigga sneezed and blew his body apart from his dick.
Shouldn't he
I
have
was
That
more
like,
shit.
what?
control of his powers if he's doing all that? Like, why
Yeah,
is
That's
he
he?
why
Why does a
we got
sneeze make you
boys.
change back? And why are you? If that's the case, why jump into some dude's body and do that? If a sneeze
That's
is
what
going
the
to set you
Euro's
off,
for, man.
Them niggas are freaky because soups don't give a fuck about the people that they killed. That's literally what that's one thing that the boys has showed. Like this bitch came and froze off that black nigga's dick. Or that nigga's in the support group, and we saw A Train, i.e. Africa Train, gave him a jab. He's like, "You've never been down with the cause. We know it was bullshit." He's like, "Well, you don't have a dick," and it's like, "Come on, man!" Like that's just the lowest of low blows, man. Like, come
it's
on.
fucked up.
Yeah, so in terms of like wildest scene though, I don't even there's a lot of wild scenes in these first three eps. Like that termite one is crazy, but like also when Huey's sitting there watching, Victoria Newman, i.e. Nadia, um blow off the fucking hand and like jaw of like her childhood friend. Like we thought it was just like a head popping shit, but then we see as she like blew off his fucking bottom lip, and he's just like, fucking
I really felt. I like
what
that
he's
scene
fucking
because I feel
choking
like we're
on
able to.
blood.
I feel like we're able to see from that scene actually how this woman's powers works. Because before it's like I feel like it was kind of vague or like really what it was, but now it's like I feel like as long as she's looking at you or whatever body part she's focusing on is what's going to explode, which is crazy OP. But yeah,
Yeah,
that scene was
I mean
nasty
that's
as
why
fuck.
he went straight for the eyes. That nigga knew exactly. And then just as he explodes her whole body and it just rains blood like all over Huey and
Hey,
shit, like that
I'm
that
not
shit
gonna lie.
was
When I found out that the keys to was her eyes, I felt like Batman making contingency plans. Like, all right, so we gotta take her eyes out. I'm thinking of like we gotta blind this bitch. We gotta do something. I'm thinking like a solar flare, like whatever we got. And after that, just take her
God.
out.
Hey, but
is
Huey
that
doesn't know
Batman
that though.
praise? Is
Huey doesn't
that
know that.
Batman praise we hear?
Hey man, hey, I'll make a plan. Y'all can go and execute it because I know if I try to do anything to her, what's gonna happen? I let the soups do their business. But for me, wildest scenes, that termite scene was more like just nasty. I kind of think it was wild,
Yeah,
but also it's like I just I still think the wildest scene just because of just shock factor had to be like when they're in the White House or in Congress and Victoria Newman just started blowing everyone's head off. And I was like, oh, like that was to me the wildest because I one wasn't expecting it, and then two to get the reveal that it was her the whole time, and then she blew up the church leader's head right after that. That to me, like that combination was like that was wild. I would have never guessed that. Termite just nasty.
underrated wild scene that like just all right. So what's crazy about this show is like most of these wild scenes like they don't even have to do it. They just do it because it's just like fuck it, let's fucking do it. You know what I'm saying? Like they serve no narrative purpose really. Like underrated wild scene, the deep having sex with his wife while looking at this octopus. Like that's
Bro,
crazy.
that's some
Like,
crazy shit, bro. While looking, and he was like, "Oh, what?" Like, while like kind of masturbating to his
yeah,
octopus
not even
and
Yeah, that
trying.
was
shit,
He said
weird.
eight
and then
arms.
and
He
then
said 8 arms.
Homelander's fucking super maniacal, even villain ass had him eat that nigga raw.
Like
Like had him eat his quote unquote
So
lover
what I
raw.
want
I
to
was like,
know,
God
so
damn.
is Homelander just listening in to him have a sex, or do you think his wife snitched on him?
I think she
She
snitched.
snitched. She snitched. That bitch was
Yeah.
like tentacle all my arms or whatever. Nah, she
He's not
snitched.
going for that
Okay,
shit.
that's what I
That
was
bitch is in
thinking.
on it. Eat the fucking octopus like that bitch.
Yeah, I was like,
We knew
what?
I don't
she's
know what
like
her
very
agenda
power
is, but
hungry.
she definitely has one. She
She
definitely
Yeah,
uh,
has
she definitely got an agenda, but who cares? Cause fuck the deep.
fuck facts. Fuck the deep. This is not. I care about the deep as much as I care about Theon's redemption arc. Like fuck both of them niggas. Like fuck them niggas. Fuck
what?
both of them. I
literally
hate that
that.
shit.
Watch
That's
the
a
deep.
perfect analogy.
Watch the deep end up having to have like some major part towards the end of this season or like season 4. Just like they just will keep dragging him along. I bet.
Man, I'm
Like
gonna be
he should have been out
sick.
the paint. Like since he should have been out the paint in season 2, and like they brought him back again. Like man, kill
Yeah,
him, please.
collective plot line, one of the weakest plot lines of the show.
But I feel like it's kind of satirical that we even feel this way about the Deep because it's fucking Aquaman. Like, who really gives a fuck about the Deep like in real life? Like, come on, bro.
Yeah,
Like, hey, like Peacemaker says, nigga fucks fish.
I know. When I saw that scene, I was like, "Damn, Peacemaker's right. Aquaman really is
Yeah,
fucking fish."
that's exactly what. And low key, it could be like a big satire on that shit. Like, I think they
Facts.
intentionally draw a lot of like parallels and overlap to like DC and Marvel, and that one was definitely a callback to like they was tuned in on Peacemaker and had him like fucking the fucking fish shit. Come on,
Facts.
bro.
All right,
That is
so
a wild scene.
we've got a little bit of new character development, going on in these first 3 episodes. A lot of people we thought we knew are showing new sides of themselves. Butcher's got a kid now, kinda, so he's showing a little softer side. Huey is feeling emasculated by Starlight a little bit. He can't even open the fucking jelly. All right, first of all, you can't open Smuckers, bro. Like
That's what I'm saying. Nigga need to switch to the squeezables, bro. If he can.
Sure,
Get some,
easy to
get some
open.
crustables,
Like,
man.
Smuckers is so easy. Like it's jelly.
Get
Bro,
some
that shit
crustables.
is made for normal people to open. Why can't you like I don't even know if Starlight has like, enhanced strength or shit. Like nigga,
Well, I
just
think all
fucking
soups
twist it.
naturally are enhanced with
Just
strength.
a little bit stronger, but
No,
like
but hey, this was Jazz's theory. That Starlight was tightening them on purpose, so
To
she feel
make
wow. To
like
make him
really
like
needs
useful
her.
oh wow. Wow,
Man,
that's some crazy
that's some
woman shit.
manipulative stuff.
I
But
was like, yeah,
I was gonna
that's
say the same thing. Like, unless she's tightening them herself, but why would she do that?
that's some gaslighting shit. Like I mean I guess it would take a woman to come up with that shit. Like why?
I,
Like just why?
I got no comment on that, but maybe I don't know, man. That's
I'm
weird.
just
Why would,
imagining like she pulls up from a fucking they come back from Aldi's or fucking Whole Foods because they're white. So yeah, Whole Foods or Sprouts. Let's say Whole Foods or Sprouts, puts the jelly in the fridge, and then in the middle of the night Starlight just creeps in there like a thief in the night, just tightens that bitch a little bit. Just to, like come on.
Hey, I don't know. I might be sold on that theory, man. I put
Hell
some
no.
more love on it.
It becomes more ridiculous the more we talk about it, but hey.
All right. So that being said, which one of the boys do you feel like you relate to the most? I'm gonna start. Actually, no. I'm gonna let you go.
no, you go ahead and start, man.
No, yeah, you gotta
You go
start.
ahead and start.
Yeah, you had the build up and everything.
Actually, I can't even. All right, I gotta change mine.
Change it, man. Hey, go with your heart, man.
Yeah, go with your heart.
All right, man. I'm gonna say. Let's say MM, man. Because MM, he's left. He's left the game alone. You know what I'm saying? He's out there. He's doing good. But it's just something, man. He's got to get back out there, man. In the field, man.
He got that itch, man. He got
Got
that
that itch,
itch.
man. He's like, man, I'm a crazy nigga at heart, man. Like, I can't do this shit no more, man.
He's trying to be a
And
good dad.
I'm not saying I relate, but I've been there. I'm not
You
saying
lost
right
you
now.
lost your bitch to a white man?
Whoa, hey,
Hey man, I'm just
hey,
saying, like I was like to a Homelander apologist at that. Y'all saw how that nigga was tuning in when that nigga was getting his shit off episode 2.
I probably did back in the day, man.
Hate to
I went
see
to
it.
high school on St. Simon's Island, so I probably.
Shit, hate to see it, man.
Yeah, man. So MM, man. He's trying to walk the straight and narrow, man. But he got demons, man. And I feel like as a black man, that doing the right thing in this world. Sometimes you just gotta. Sometimes you just gotta. You know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? If you're not watching, you won't get what I just did. But you got a lot. You
The
got a lot of
audio
anger.
only but won't get
Just
that.
as a black man, because like this man MM said, Soldier Boy Kill my family. Imagine if
Shout out
Captain
Big
America.
Draco. Shout out Big Draco also.
Facts.
Like every time they brought up
Big
that nigga, I
Draco.
was like, you.
Like, imagine if
Facts.
Captain
Like, what
America
the-
killed your family, bro. How would you feel, nigga?
Nigga killed your hey, and they covered it up.
Nigga,
Classic, bro.
Captain America, bro.
That'd be
Captain
wild if
America
Captain America
wiped.
killed your whole family. Except Captain
Exactly, bro.
America
Like
probably saved your
you
whole
can't
family.
literally sit there and be like, "Yeah, I'm a happy person." Like, no, nigga, like Captain America killed my family. So yeah, man. Shout out to ML. All right, so who's next?
I'll go, and not necessarily who I relate with, but who I like empathize with the most. Like right now is probably like Frenchie, and I think like little Nina kind of hit the nail on the head when she was saying like she kidnapped him, was saying him like Cherie, comes back in the picture. Now he's got a new flame with Kimiko, but he helps her escape, and then she's like, she actually stole from me, like but you're like a little dog, like and you're
Can I stop you?
yeah.
Just real quick. Are Frenchie and Kimiko are they fucking or are they friends? What's up?
They fucking she literally
I,
said she's only here for him. I don't know. I mean, have you seen? All
I
right,
ain't seen
all
them
right.
do it.
Let's take
I
another
don't have
sidetrack.
yet.
Have you seen Karen Fukuhara? Because
I mean, yeah, but
I would.
hey,
I'm
Frenchie's a
just
freak.
saying.
Frenchie's a freak. He be getting pegged, man. Frenchie's a freak.
He's a I mean, he's got to ease her into some of that shit. But I mean, come on, I
I
wouldn't.
feel like
Like,
with
I know
like
he's
how
tried.
like Frenchie is a known freak, so I feel like if they were fucking, then they would like show that.
Nah, I think she's quiet. She's quiet. It's like a lady in the sheets, but I mean a lady in the streets, but a freak in the sheets. Like
You
it could
can't
be,
fuck a
it
soup
could be,
for that shit.
it could be that kind of shit. Hey
Hey
man,
man, Kimiko would literally break Frenchie in half. I'd be scared.
Yeah, that shit crazy.
what
You
the
saw
fuck
how
is
she
her
broke.
powers?
She broke what's his name's arm. You saw
No,
that?
she broke the fuck out of Huey's arm. What the fuck is her
That
power? She just can just fuck niggas
She's
up.
just super
Like I don't
strong. She like
think. Yeah, she just
Wolverine.
like.
She like
She just,
Wolverine without the
she just
claws.
be
Like
fuck
remember
niggas
last
up.
season when she
Whatever
pulled
she
that
got to
dude's
do to
face
fuck
off?
you up, she could do it.
Yeah, like that. Yeah, I mean, she just fucks people up. Like it's
Literally,
never been established.
if she got to jump 20 feet in the air to fuck you up, she gonna jump 20 feet in the air to fuck you up. She
Facts,
got to shoot
bro.
fireballs to fuck you up. She could probably do that shit too, but
Man,
she just
last
don't
season
fuck
we
you
saw
up.
this woman legit tear this man's face off.
That
Like
was
we've
crazy.
never seen. She tore a face off. That's nasty.
Yeah,
That's
that was
nasty.
some crazy shit. Anyway, hey man, I'm just gonna say, I mean I'm speaking for a lot. I'm sure you niggas would too, but Karen Fukuhara, bro, I'm definitely sure Frenchie is knocking it down and she lining it up. If you know
She's a
what I'm
beautiful
saying,
woman.
man.
If she's lining
Man,
it up, of course. I don't know
she's
yet. I don't know yet
of
though.
course, well,
Beautiful
consensually,
woman.
of course, consensually. But Frenchie is someone, just because I like empathize with the fact that like that man is loyal, bro. He said like, hey, she was like, yeah, Butcher is the new person holding your leash, and you're gonna be loyal to him now. But before him, it was me, and before that, it was your dad. Like no matter how many times you get kicked, mistreated, or whatever, you're gonna keep coming back to that abusive owner, and he's kind of like trapped in the cycle. And I feel bad for that shit, because like Butcher ain't shit. Like, and we're gonna. I was like, and Butcher is getting more and more, even more like ain't shit, which is crazy. Because that nigga was like, he's like, oh, the Russians, yeah, go set that shit up with Lil Nina. After this nigga just talked about how Little Nina has fucking like fucked with him, and he's like, nah, I can't fuck with the Russians. He's like,
Yeah,
nah,
they got
set
pressing.
that shit up
They
like
got
with
pressing
you.
matters at hand. I'm gonna need you. I'm sorry. I'm gonna need you to suck that up. Like you try to
Oh,
kill Homelander, man.
Mike ain't shit too.
I'm
Damn.
like, yeah,
Hey
Nina.
man, we got bigger fish to fry, Dante. I'm gonna need
You
you
know
to
what I'm
suck
saying?
that up, King.
Damn, go all right, go set up a meet with the woman that just kidnapped you and also talks about actively pegging you all the time. Like set up a meet, nigga.
How else we gonna kill Homelander?
Oh my
This is
goodness,
this
bro.
nigga's a god.
They don't
You already
know
heard his
nobody
plan.
else
Hey,
in
these niggas
Russia.
going
He
to
needs to be
Russia.
stopped. I'm gonna need you to be uncomfortable for like 30 minutes so we can set this up, Dante.
Uncomfortable. This bitch pegged him.
You don't
Like
gotta
she.
say I need you to talk to her. I need you to set it up.
Hey man, I'm just saying, man. I feel for the nigga that's just loyal to a fault, bro. That's all I'm saying. Mike,
Yeah,
who you got?
this is I. To be honest, I don't relate to anyone really on the show.
That's I wasn't. Yeah, this show is fucked up. You shouldn't. If you like personally relate to anybody on this show, you might need to get checked out, bro. If we're
We'll go to
being real
therapy.
here, yeah, a lot of
Um,
therapy.
but
I
I
mean, like, there's
guess
some good people on the show, though.
there's some good people, but yeah,
And
I mean,
Louis a good.
I was gonna say, would you rather live in the boys' world or would you rather live in like Marvel, like a Marvel universe?
I mean, if
Would
I'm
you
just a
rather live in
random
the boys'
citizen,
world or like yeah, you're a random citizen in like these universes?
Marvel
Would
be fucking up buildings. I mean, did we forget about the Sokovia Awards? But I mean, I guess I would choose Marvel because them niggas not gonna dismember me like bloodily, or at least they'll do it
say
off camera.
Right,
Off
literally,
camera.
Marvel. If you're not in the first city that gets fucked up, you're good.
Thanks.
Literally, you're good.
There's a
Like,
whole yeah.
like the blip, that shit didn't hurt. Like, I was
Shit,
brother here. Like, oh no, I got blipped. Like, you know what I'm
like,
saying?
oh, and then you came back. Nigga took a
Like,
vacation.
imagine
think it was
someone.
non-existent for 5 years. That's not a
Imagine
vacation.
someone. Okay, would you rather your girl get blipped or ran through by a nigga?
Exactly. Literally, frame one. That nigga could
There's
have
two different
stopped
ways to
in
die.
time
I'm
and
just
ran
saying.
through.
I'm just saying, what universe would you rather live in? Would you rather live in the universe with
I mean,
alien attacks, or would you rather live in a universe where superheroes just kill with impunity?
Marvel me.
yeah. I mean,
I
in
would go
terms of
Marvel too any day of the week. I would never want to live in this universe unless I was a suit.
Right, so if you live in like not a major city, you're good.
in Des Moines, Iowa, wherever the fuck Starlight from.
Charlotte is super good. They probably won't even get
Charlotte,
Yeah, because they
who the
definitely came to
fuck
land
would
before
who the
us.
fuck would Charlotte's villain be, bruh? I mean, Charlotte's suit be. Who are they stationing in fucking Charlotte, bruh?
baby.
Hey, that nigga's a villain.
The baby was super powered. Like, what is that nigga's
Cam.
superpowers?
That nigga would be a villain.
Cam could be our Superman.
Cam would be your Superman.
Or LaMelo.
You wish, not no more. I was like, yeah, Lamelo out here dating 40-year-old women, man. Like, come on, man. Charlotte putting niggas through
Atlanta superhero about to get life.
Free slime. Chill.
Probably that's not a joke, man. We don't
I
mean
know
to do
that shit.
Hey,
It
man.
hurt.
Like, he did it. Shit.
That nigga, hey, bro. I mean,
it sounded like the nigga did it, but
hey, man.
innocent until proven guilty.
Facts. They gotta prove it. They gotta prove it, man. But I mean, if we talking about if we talking about that shit, let's line it up. So let's we talked about like the parallels between Avengers and Marvel, DC, and the Boys universe. So like, let's talk about the parallels between the teams that they got set up. They brought in Payback now, who was that's literally an Avengers clone, Mike. I know you got some hesitation, but that they are the fucking Avengers. Like, the name is literally there. Like, it couldn't be more obvious than if they hit you in the head with a bat. Like, that is
Payback,
literally
the only nigga from Payback that matches anyone from the Avengers is Soldier Boy. Yeah, it's because it's Captain America.
Shield.
Crimson
Countess.
I mean, Red Witch.
Like, yeah, like Crimson Countess doesn't hit Red Witch. Like, come on, bro. I don't remember most of the other niggas. I mean, the nigga that's got
Falcon.
Falcon is the nigga with the wings.
Yeah.
I mean, technically, I guess we're looking at it like that. Then yeah, Payback and the Seven are knockoff Justice League and Avengers. Then
I mean, they're not. They might be better. Like, they might be better. Let's knock off. Like,
Payback is ass. I'm not gonna lie.
Payback
go out like
hey, the only reason the Justice League is good is the same reason only reason the Seven's good, because of Superman and Homelander. That's the only reason Justice League got anything. And I mean, the Seven.
Yeah,
I mean, shit, the Southern got the
you're right,
beat,
but
so
it's the
you
same.
really
It's
can't
the
be
same
saying
with Soldier
nothing.
Boy. Each of those teams got a clear star. Like all them teams got they have a number one star that like lifts the fuck out of the team. Like Soldier
And then you
Boy
got the deep.
is
He
like,
just
and
brings it
then
down.
facts,
Facts.
and then
Your
you
leader has to be your most superhero. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, they gotta be. So it's just like, but
But the better
there's a
question is Cap versus Soldier Boy. Who's winning?
Cap.
give,
Man.
Hey, Soldier Boy was fucking
Man.
niggas up, man. I'm not gonna lie.
Man. Man.
hey, I
Come
might have
on.
to take. Hey,
Man.
Mike gonna call me a hater, but I might have to take Soldier Boy, bro.
Hey,
I'm just saying,
Dr.
if that
Douglas
nigga,
speaks up.
is supposed to be he's supposed to be Homelander like version 1, and Homelander's like the 2.0, like that
Man,
nigga is.
I didn't see,
And
he's not Homelander 1.0 because the nigga can't fly or shoot lasers out of space.
That's what a version 2
All I'm
does.
gonna say is when Steve Rogers was at war, that shit was the 40. He wasn't in the jungles of goddamn Nicaragua, nigga.
Facts. He
Yeah.
wasn't fucking shit up like that nigga. Like Soldier Boy got that dog in him, bro. He got that. Like he gonna
Well,
he
the
gonna
first scene
fight.
we see him in.
He gonna fight dirty, bro.
That dude got killed the first scene we saw him in. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? We saw him fight four people. We saw he's gonna be Captain America.
What happened?
But I'm
You'd have
just
been alive
saying.
probably saved the day, honestly.
Yeah.
He ain't
Also,
lost yet.
we do need to talk about how fucking OP the Russian special forces are, because damn, them niggas. If you're telling me they wiped out the U.S.'s soups, them niggas are packing up the U.S. in 4. If that's the case, like damn, Russian special forces like that, like
Nah,
they was
I just
wiping them
think
niggas out.
Soldier Boy is just not him. He is not him. He is not him.
I
That's
just
why.
think he's willing to rub some dirt. He's willing to get
Hey,
down in the
facts.
dirt.
Hey,
These
because
And
are
they got
these
Cap's
are
not
first
Swatto
willing to
out of
do
generation
that
there.
shit.
suits.
They got Swatto out of there with an RPG.
Right, that's what them niggas is playing RPGs like for fun. Like them niggas they just willing to do like
Nah,
they willing to do some shit that Cap
the,
and them other niggas not willing to do is all I'm
nah.
saying.
These are just first generation suits, man. They don't know any better, man. They ain't got no discipline. See, Cap was an actual soldier, man. He would have had them
First
boys right.
gen, this niggas called them plumbers. He said they're plumbers.
Hey, man, you see
Niggas
how
had second
in
jobs, bro.
the soups have gotten considerably better since since Payback was on the scene.
Hey, fast. They got Crimson Countess, the real one, working at motherfucking Disney World.
Bags and bitches at
Exactly.
Disneyland.
She ain't even on
Bum
duty no
Payback.
more. Like,
Like
damn.
yeah, I thought they were gonna bring out so obviously someone like faking that shit. Like no, her ass is literally an employee at Disney World, bro.
Yeah, I was
Like
like,
that's
oh dang, I guess
crazy.
they just. I was like, why? If you're a superhero, why are you singing at Disney World?
And that nigga Gunpowder is fucking giving speeches at NRA conventions and shit. Like
Which is really scary because I know that's probably how those conventions probably really go.
that shit
And
seemed spot on, bro.
I think this would actually be a good segue if that's cool, with you guys. I know there's one question that we had in our outline. It's like why do we, or what makes you really what makes this a great show for us? And I think that the reason this show is so great or just different than every other superhero show or content is because I can feel like if there were superheroes, these are how these people would really act. And this is like the experience like that we would really have. And these people would be celebrity degenerates who can't control anything, but they're treated as gods and they're terrible people and government cover-ups and all that stuff. But a lot of people perceptive to conspiracy theories and all that would fall in line with what Gunpowder was shouting at that what was it, bought NRA, and like it's just shit that you can see happening, and I feel like a lot of it's happening now without superheroes. So that's what I think makes it
Like
great.
Homelander's speech at his birthday thing, where he's like, "I'm better than all of you guys. Like y'all need me to save you. Like I'm a god. Like y'all are not shit. Like if you were a superhuman, how could you not think like that? Literally,
Facts.
like literally, how
And
could
then
you
he gets
not?
more popular after he says it. I'm like, that's some Trump
Because it's
shit. Like,
true. It's literally the truth.
it
It's
is
literally
true,
true. The shit's in the name, like superhuman. Like y'all niggas are human. I'm super, nigga. Like I'm better than you. Like that. That's
All
I
you
think
can say is like, "Damn, this nigga right."
like, just
But when he
chalk it
spits
up.
those facts, what would you think that after hearing that? I'm thinking, so is he gonna like take over the world? Like he is a superhero. Like why has he?
Scary as
I'm thinking
fuck.
why hasn't he yet?
Yeah, that's just scary as fuck.
I
Hey, but he
mean,
But
said he
yeah,
wants to be loved. He'd rather be loved than feared. But if anything, he'll still have people fear him.
yeah, that's it. He's finally fucking realized, like, he was like, hey, bro,
I
it's like,
knew,
I'll take either. Like, he's kind of cracked in that point, is where,
bro.
like,
But
he's
what's
like, I don't
crazy? His
need your
his
love
plan
anymore.
his plan sound is so sound. The way like
So
what he
that
would do,
nigga
I'm
has
like,
put some
oh my,
thought into that
I'm
shit for
like, yo,
real.
like he could. He's like, yeah, he could definitely do this.
yeah,
Like, you know
literally,
what I
he's a
mean? Like,
He
someone please. That's why I'm gonna need Dante. I'm gonna need you to talk to your ex so we can get this weapon to kill Homelander in Russia, man. That's the reason
I'm
why.
just saying. I'm just saying. Yeah, that was a very well thought out plan. Like, you can see that nigga was in the lab creating that shit. But that's just what I love so much about the show, and what makes the show great is, like, one, it's like a superhero show, but it's actually crazy relatable for a superhero show. Like, everything else is like, all the other universes seem way far removed from reality, and this one has a really good way of, like, grounding you in the universe that they're in, and making you feel like you were actually a part of it, and making you feel like that helplessness that, like, people in that universe would. And then they're just original with the things that they do and the things that they show, and all that kind of stuff. So that's what I've been, like, begging and pleading for in, like, superhero show, is like, do something fresh, do something original, or just, like, just don't be fake. Like, make it more realistic, and they've managed to do both of those things.
facts. But other side of that coin is if Marvel isn't so fake and unrealistic, or if DC isn't, like whatever you say about DC, is there a space for the boys to operate in? Like you have to have a Marvel for there to be a the boys. You know what I'm saying?
It's a
And
good,
you can
yeah.
like both for different reasons, but it's like two sides of the same like superhero coin. Like dark and light.
You can't have a payback without an Avengers. You know, like that's what you're saying. Like you need these degenerates because we already have our nice and shining armor here. So it's always like you're saying. It's always good to see the other side of that show.
Yeah, one makes you feel good, and the other makes you question your mortality.
All right, so while we're speaking on Big Lander, I gotta ask the question: is he a pantheon top five TV villain already?
Not, I would say not yet
Ooh, okay, okay, all right.
because he ain't done nothing yet. He just seemed like you got to
Nothing.
do so.
I said
Like
nothing. Nothing.
I
I
mean,
said nothing is going up.
compared to other great villains, like I would say like Voldemort, Darth Vader, um, who would
Fact.
you got?
Shout out to Obi-Wan. They are piping up that nigga
I
Darth Vader,
mean,
bro. That
compared to
nigga's
those
force
dudes,
force snapping necks. God damn.
compared to those dudes,
That
he ain't
nigga.
really. He's kind of like at par or just below par. I mean, but like when he does snap, he can snap greater than any of them ever did.
I
So
don't, hey,
that's
Homelander's
what I'm.
scary as shit, man.
I think he's got that fear factor, like, down. He's got that fear factor, like, and I think it's up there with a Darth Vader, to where, like, Darth Vader was more so like his name was scary. Like, if you think about it, when you watch, like, the original trilogy of Star Wars, a lot of the mystique with Darth Vader was, like, people were just talking about, oh, he's coming, oh, it's coming. Like, his name struck fear into the people. It wasn't actually all of the things that he's done. And now, as they're pumping in more content and whatnot, they're actually, like, filling in the gaps and, like, showing you how gruesome, with him killing the younglings, and all the stuff that he's doing now, and, like actual tangible things that he did. But, like, the way people just feared him, and his name is like I think Darth Vader is, like, up there with, like, a top villain of all time, and I think Homelander is starting to creep up to that level because of the amount of fear that he strikes in, not only the like normal people, but he literally strikes fear into soups, into like every other soup, like people that are supposed to be like as close to his level as they can be.
Hey,
He's
Voldemort.
suspended.
Voldemort did the same thing. People didn't even say his name,
Well, I mean, yeah,
and
Voldemort. You were right to like put them up there. I think those are. But the fact is, like, that's the people that you're putting him in contention
no,
with.
he's
Means
he's
he's a pretty
definitely
damn good villain.
he's a great so far. He's a great villain. I just need to see. I feel like he's as mean or he's as threatening as the top villains are, but I just want to see him like I want to see him snap
All
on
right,
Because
let's
like
get
I'm
the
a
vast
come
on
clean.
a lot of people.
He's piped.
He
He's already past Night King in terms of like my
oh
villainous type
yeah,
shit. He's past
that's
the Night
because
King, and he's up there in he might be past Cersei because he's doing the shit that Cersei was doing, but he's also fucking superhuman.
all right. Here's my question. Well, it's either or. Homelander or Joffrey?
Ooh,
hmm.
ooh.
Who would I rather
That-
kill, or who would I rather have be alive? Who would I
Um,
rather deal with?
or do you mean like who's a
who's just a
better
better
villain?
villain? I feel like Joffrey.
Who's a
I feel
better
like
villain?
Homelander is almost like a grown Joffrey.
He is
That
a grown
yeah,
Joffrey.
I think that's a great comparison.
I
He's
would
like
say
a
I would probably
grown
put
Joffrey.
them at where I'm at, where we're at right now, the boys, and what we know from Joffrey. I would legit put them like probably even with Homelander squeaking out just a little bit of above, just because he's a superhero and he's capable of more shit. But I think uh, they're pretty neck and neck. I would say Homelander over Joffrey is a better villain, but Joffrey is just like we've had more time to deal with how terrible Joffrey was and know like his full story and how he dies, and
I hated
satisfied with
Joffrey.
that.
God, yeah, nigga, everybody
The
hated
thing is,
Joffrey.
with Homelander, it's like, okay, I can see why he's like this. You know what I'm saying? Because, like, like the speech, I'm like, yeah, that shit is true. Like, I can see why this super abled person who was raised in a lab and who never had the love of a mother could be like this. With Joffrey, I was like, man, fuck this little ass nigga, bro. I don't want
He
this
was just a
nigga.
badass kid. That nigga had
From the
everything.
first time I seen this nigga, bro, I hated that nigga, bro. And when he died, I cried tears of joy.
Nigga was crip walking on his grave and shit.
Yeah.
Goddamn.
So it's hard for me because, like, as far as the most hated people on TV, Joffrey is probably my number one.
I think that's a really good comp in terms of just like I said, with the shit that Homelander does to like bully the people around him. That's like textbook shit that Joffrey would do in
Because
terms
he
of
knows he can do it and get
like
away with it. Like, there's nothing you
creating
can do
yeah
to me.
So look at your
they
dad's head, deep. Eat your.
yeah, so look at your dad's head. Yeah,
I would
deep
say
eat your
I
friend.
would say
He's fucking
what
praying,
makes
like,
Joffrey worse. What makes Joffrey worse is that when he does these threats and do all that, he's not backing it up. He's having someone else back it up for him. When Homelander does it, he's saying, "I will fuck you up." So that's what
Joffrey was a
makes Joffrey
coward.
worse.
The power to make like other people, the power like that, and that goes to like what Stan Edgar talks about is like the influence and power to make other people bend to your will. Like
Okay,
Homelander doesn't necessarily have. I mean, he's bending people to his will, but it's a little different.
I want to ask you this: What do you think? What do you think Stan Edgar has on Homelander? Like, why doesn't Homelander just kill this dude?
He probably
I
has
feel like
the
he has
weapon.
to have a contingency plan. What?
One, he probably has the weapon, and two, he has
Facts.
uh his daughter.
My
Homelander's?
hot take.
No, he has like what's her name? Victoria Newman.
Oh,
Victoria Newman.
so you think
Yeah,
that's the
he's got
reason? You think Homelander knows
that's like
that
an
though?
ace in the hole. Nah, he doesn't. But that's like an ace in a hole, a
Yeah,
rabbit
he's
in the
like, hey,
hat. You know.
my daughter will pop the fuck out your ass.
That's
I
like
know,
yeah,
I
he'll
get that,
pop
but
your
why
shit.
do you? But why hasn't Homelander rolled up on him yet?
Yeah, because he doesn't
I
know
don't think
about that.
Homelander knows that Olivia Newman knows that Stan Edgar. That's like they were, they're a family or whatever. I don't think Homelander knows that. So I
Oh
feel
yeah.
like he has to have shown him something like you don't want to fuck with me. Like he has to have something like
I think it's. I
something to
mean,
contain
I just
him.
I just think he's able to like just the way he talks to him or whatever. Like Homelander has never been talked to by somebody, and it catches him off guard. He's just not familiar with how to like react to that shit. But
I
my
think
like
Kill him.
What do you?
I think that never really even crossed his mind until his like realization that it's like, oh wait, I'm him and y'all aren't him. I
Yeah, I
think
think
like
until just now that
yeah, like
Really?
yeah, I feel like episode 3, he was just like, oh shit, I can do whatever the fuck I want now, and like nobody can do anything to me.
But do you think that he has a contingency plan for Homelander? Because I feel like he does. 'Cause I feel like he wouldn't just be talking to him any type of way if he couldn't back it up.
Yeah,
so
he probably thinks he does.
my hot
He
take,
wants
bro.
that video.
My crazy hot take. It's coming hot off the press right here, bro. Is this nigga Stan Edgar is a soup, bro? Like I think that nigga like I think there's no way this
I bet
nigga
his
runs what? Like I feel like
I
that
bet his
nigga's a
superpower he's just
soup.
like a genius. So he has like he's able to plan out and do everything.
Yeah, I don't know
Like
what it
he
is, but that nigga
everyone's
is a
playing for.
soup.
I guess he's just like a super genius.
No, did you all right, so when Huey goes to adopt the kid, or fake adopt the kid, he's just looking for shit.
Hmm.
And he sees the video or the pictures of Nadia, like how
Hmm.
she became orphaned, popped the head off both her parents, right?
Yep.
And so then he's like, "Oh yeah, Starlight and I are looking to adopt a child." And then she's like, "Oh, that's great. Super able parents tend not to,
Die.
The less,
They
yeah,
yeah, have a less
drop
the
mortality.
the
Or,
parent
fatality.
fatality
The
rate."
fatality rate is so much
Yeah,
better.
so that might be a little clue right there.
That might be a clue. Like I really think that nigga like he runs Vought. Like you ain't think that nigga ever took a little taste of the medicine?
hey,
Like come on, bro.
I'm gonna drop it. The reason I can see that I'm gonna drop something in from My Hero Academia. Shout out anime.
Hey, shout
Oh,
out
the
The
guy.
MHA.
principal at UA, his like superpower, whatever is like called super specs, and he's just able to like plan and organize and do everything like to like a superhuman level. So that's I can see him kind of being similar to where he's just like a super genius. So he just like sits in the back and is able to plan everything. Like he has like he'd be like Batman on steroids but can't fight. You know what I mean? Like he has like and if it comes down to it, I bet he'll blow up the world if necessary. Like that's just kind of like the dude that I feel like he might be or that we're going to end up dealing with.
That's interesting.
It could be there. Hey, that just saying. That was my hot take, bro. I really feel like that nigga Stan Edgar got some shit,
I
just
like
hidden.
that. Hey, I like that. Hmm.
I'm saying I just feel
We'll
like
come
he
back to
has to have
that.
something for Homelander. You won't just talk to someone like that to him and not think something's gonna happen.
He said, "It's your birthday. You can cry if you want to." I was like,
I was like, damn, this thing, bro. He routinely be packing that nigga up and be sending that nigga
dunking
to
on
his room.
this
He
nigga.
like he sent him out when he was like making Starlight co-captain or whatever. He
Yeah.
said, "Yeah, get out," and then he closes the door and she's like, "We can probably hear you." He was like, "Good. I don't give a fuck." I was like, God, damn, the balls on this nigga,
Hey
bro.
man, I said you don't just act like that if you ain't got something for him. Like
Yeah.
Oh, facts. Fact. All right. Okay. Yeah. Now y'all got me excited to see what this nigga got.
Exactly. Hey, it's
yeah,
making a lot of sense. Like I'm saying, bro.
Okay. So all right.
yeah,
Yeah. This
walk
is all
light but carry a big
playing
stick.
beautifully. Okay. So knowing what we know right now, what is your best foolproof plan to kill Homelander? What you got? What's your contingency? If you're Butcher right now, well, actually no. You see the boys doing their thing. You are an all-knowing character that's just appeared in this world. You're like, okay, man, we got to kill Homelander. This is how you fucking do it. What are you telling the boys right
I mean,
Nigga,
so
pray.
far in the show that so far in the show we've seen that he has no weakness and is impervious to pretty much everything.
You don't
If we
think
could
you
find
don't
a way to
think
send him into the
Victoria
sun,
Newman can do
maybe.
it? You don't think
So
Victoria
what?
Newman can do it?
Nah, bro. I think that nigga's head is made of some different shit. Like I
I
don't
don't
think he's got
see.
a regular head that she can just pop. Like I think she'd start getting like how like when people like when in Naruto when Sasuke like overexert his eyes and that shit start bleeding. Like I feel like that bitch would try to do the eye shit to him and her eyes would start bleeding because she's just not
I don't
strong
think it'd
enough
be that
to
simple
pop
because
that
you
nigga's
remember
head.
how she was trying to pop that one dude's head and he started bleeding. I feel like as soon as he starts to realize that, he's out.
Oh shit!
Or
Yeah.
he fucking takes off her fucking head.
Yeah,
Like,
though,
yeah.
yeah, or just lasers her eyes, or like you know what I mean. I don't know.
I I
I
mean
have to see
to
what this
make
weapon. I got to see what this weapon in Russia's about. Honestly,
I don't think the weapon gonna be it, man. I don't think the
Have we
weapon's gonna be
seen
strong
anything
enough.
like even like scratch or deter Homelander at all?
We haven't seen even the
What's her
suit
name?
terrorist.
Who's a racist woman? Who's a racist woman? What's her name?
Stormfront?
When Stormfront when they were lasering each other was like the only time I heard them like say "ow"
Oh
or
shit,
like.
yeah, that shit was freaky.
So
Oh
maybe
yeah,
if
when
I
they
can
was
see
having
maybe
their
Butcher
crazy
if Butcher
super
can
set.
control his eye power, his laser power, maybe, but Butcher's can
I
probably
mean,
be the. I can see him and Butcher fighting at the end after he's like taking like 4 V potions. You know what I mean?
but they made that whole soup terrorist arc, and that nigga took him out in like 20 seconds, bro. And that nigga was like radioactive. Like that nigga was literally like a bomb was his power or whatever, and that nigga just took him out in like that, like no time. So it's like I don't know. Like I guess like really Ryan might legit like they need to start training that nigga. Might legit be their best hope. But like we said in the group chat, it might be like an Omni Man and Mark type shit if that if that shit ever happened. Or it might be an Omni Man and
Yeah, I
Mark
don't know.
type
I
deal.
think Mark might be a little too broke, or I think Ryan might be a little too broken, man. I don't think he made
He
like
ain't
that.
turning out right. Yeah, he's just a little
Yeah,
mini Homelander in the making. He's cooked.
yeah. I was like,
Hey,
we might need to take care of him now. I mean,
sheesh.
I
God dang. You want
would
to
say
talk about
Ryan, take
killing
care of Homelander, and
kids?
then we take care of him. I feel like Batman saying this shit, but hey, man, like,
Nah,
we
he
have to
gonna
do
turn into
something.
Kylo Ren, man. You can't, you know what I'm saying? When you got to believe in these kids, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, all right. I believed in
Kylo
Homelander
Ren,
too one time.
Luke tried to
You know,
kill Kylo, man, then he turned into Kylo. So
hey
you got to
man,
give
it
him every chance. No child left behind, Mike.
but
Hey, man.
we'll see. I mean, I really don't know if there's like a tangible weapon like we that can do it there yet. He really is like the other Amazon show is invincible. Like that nigga has been actually impervious to everything. And the other Amazon show Invincible, that nigga routinely be getting his ass kicked. So his name is just a joke. But this nigga Homelander really
Hey, he
don't be
still win.
getting like
He
trifled.
be winning though.
He be
Um,
getting his ass kicked too. That
I don't
nigga
know.
be
I would
winning
say
in
Victoria
7
Newman.
games.
I say Victoria Newman is probably the best option, but also Mark is fighting way stronger people than Homelander is, man.
Yeah. We're not gonna sidetrack too much, but yes, Omni Man is packing up Homelander. Like we, of course.
All right, so do y'all want to get into the Homelander versus Butcher thing, or
I think we need to, man, because I think like that scene to me is like another thing that's so great about this show. Like, when are you seeing fucking like arch nemesis actually realize they're like fucking the same? Like, they really both they're desperate. They have nobody else. They abuse the shit out of the people closest to them, and and they're just hell bent on just you know on their goal and fuck everybody else around them. They'd rather like another Thrones reference, like Littlefinger. They'd rather be in charge, rule the kingdom if they could. They'd burn down the world to be king of the ashes. Right, so they would do whatever means necessary to achieve their goal, even if it means destroying everything that there is around them.
yeah, I mean, yeah, that's true.
I I don't know if
Also,
I
great
can
line
agree
in
on the or jump on
Thrones.
the Homelander and Butcher are the same bandwagon. Yeah, I don't really see it that much. I don't really see it like that. Yeah, I feel
But
like
hey,
they're like
he's a bad guy.
say
Some
what?
Butcher is a bad guy, bruh.
He is a bad
He's
guy,
a
but he ain't Homelander bad. I think Butcher is evil or bad out of necessity. I feel like he doesn't want to be. To his core, he doesn't want to be that guy, but I feel like he realizes he needs to be in order to get shit done. Homelander just a psycho.
Yeah,
Like
I think Butcher's an asshole, but like he's on our side. You know what I'm saying?
right,
Like
I tend
It's
to
just
agree with Mallory Grace, man. Like that nigga seems to be just like his dad, man.
You
It's like
agree with the woman that
broken.
was pumping crack into our neighborhood?
yeah, man. I was just saying, man. Nah. Hey, man. I'm gonna give him Butcher a chance. You say give the kids a chance. Give Butcher a chance, man.
You need to watch
Nah,
A
man.
Train Back to Africa.
Hell no. On
Hey, let's talk
Vought
about A
Soul,
Train
bro.
too,
On
man.
Vought Soul, bro. They be killing me with the fucking names of their streaming platforms, bro.
Vatamundo. I was like, oh my god.
Vatamundo, bro. Fucking. What's the woman one that they were making fun of? Fucking Hallmark or whatever, or what is that shit? The
Oxygen.
Oxygen. Yeah, that they was making fun of.
Yeah, I forgot what that shit
They
was.
had the Deeps fucking movie
Yeah, I
shit
remember, yeah.
cast on,
This is
bro.
what I like about this. All right, so you got people like A Train and the Deep, who like we don't really give a fuck about their costumes are kind of shitty, blah blah blah, whatever. But whenever they are in stuff, like even though I'm not super interested in the story, it's funny as fuck.
It is
They
funny
make it
as fuck.
entertaining. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause, like the way that Ashley looked at these niggas, she literally did the lean up. She said, "Is that a video game about the slave trade?"
About the
Which is
slave.
wild. Why is
Nah,
a
that
white
nigga
woman
said
telling this black man about what's racist? And she's
that's
right. I was like,
black man. Like, yeah, that's what I'm saying. I was like, this is a horrible position to put me in because now I'm siding with the white women, the white
I'm
woman over
like,
two
hold
black
on,
men.
man.
Like, come on, bro. Hey, bro, whatever black writer was in the room for that, because there's no way that a white person came up with fucking the middle passage, bro. Hey,
the middle passage video game.
salute to them because that was great, bro. That was top tier, bro.
That was ridiculous.
Nah, that was a
Hey,
good
save A
scene.
Train, man. Apparently, I didn't know he really couldn't run. Like so, like he's about to
Yeah,
have a heart
facts.
attack.
He's cooked.
Man, yeah, that nigga was on them roids, man, and that shit fucked his shit up. Nigga has real performance anxiety now, bro.
Yeah, he's
Hey,
cooked, man. He
man.
said, "Shit, if I run, I might be fine, or my heart might explode." So shit.
Shit, I might as well run. I mean, I mean, I guess you like to
Man,
lose,
shit,
but I mean, shit. What else you gonna be doing? You were literally A Train. You run.
they
You're the
said
fastest man on
A-Train
earth.
to be like a black hero now, man.
Yeah, just a symbol. I mean, right? That's the thing. These people are larger than life. They're symbols. So he's trying to rebrand or whatever. But anyway, we got
Oh,
off topic, bro.
actually,
Homelander
I
and
know,
Butcher.
but I just keep thinking about shit. So remember when we saw Payback in Vietnam or whatever? Where were they at?
They was in fucking the Contras
Go,
in.
yeah,
They were fighting the Contras in like
Nicaragua.
Venezuela,
Nicaragua.
Nicaragua, Nicaragua.
Nicaragua. Okay. So first of all, is that the first time we found out that Black Noir was black? I mean, I figured he was because his name is Black Black. I mean, it has to be.
Black, his name. No,
He
yeah,
has to be
that
a
is
black
that is
dude.
crazy. That his name is Black. That shit.
But like he was hating on his helmet. If you like would have kept his helmet on, do you think he would look like that?
Your face wouldn't be fucked up. Another wild scene that we forgot to mention. Like
Yeah, that was
that
nasty.
nigga's face was fucked. But
Yeah, he's
I mean,
cooked.
I thought we knew he was black. We just thought that nigga's face was like burnt to a crisp, which now
Yeah, I
we
think we
get wrong.
found out maybe last
When he ate
season.
the peanut butter, right?
Yeah, it was
And
something. But
Homelander kind of hinted at it. He's like, Black Noir's black, whatever. That's kind of what he said.
Yeah.
Like
I
he
don't think
hinted at the fact.
anyone's ever seen his face though until then. So I'm not too
and,
sure. But
but
all
yeah,
right, that was my
he
last
was just
tangent.
trying to take his helmet off, man.
Hey man,
Yeah. I think that Butcher and Homelander like not they're literally the same side of the coin, and I think Butcher has got to that point now because like he doesn't have Huey. Like when it was just Frenchie and Kimiko left on the team, and that nigga had no and had no Huey. Like I think they really checked him and balanced him out as a character in order to like keep him from he would get as close to that edge as possible, but not go over it. Like said in the last show, like last season, he was like he's your canary. Like he tells you when you're going too far in his conscience. And now I think what we're seeing from Huey is no longer that nigga's canary. Huey is broken to the point where he thinks that like, hey, Butcher's way is the only way to go, and I think that has fully allowed Butcher to go over the edge and basically been, turned into Homelander.
Is Huey being a bit of a drama queen?
Yes,
Huey's
he is.
always
Of
been a
course he
drama
is.
queen. That nigga
But
has always been the
see,
drama queen, bro.
I don't think that Huey's gone like full Butcher yet. I feel like Huey, like you said, is a drama queen and is a little bit of a bitch. So whenever Butcher for real starts like going crazy, I think he's gonna be like, all right, man, like this is kind of crazy. We gotta take it back a little bit. I think that's just inherently who he is. I can't imagine Huey unless he loses Starlight and Butcher. Then then you have no other reason
I mean,
to
well,
like hold it
It's a nigga.
back.
yeah, I was like, she out there tonguing down Homelander, so that nigga might fall further down the wagon for say. But I
Man,
think it'll depend on
that
how
wouldn't
Huey.
hurt my feelings. It would hurt my feelings, but I wouldn't. I mean, what do you mean to do? Is Homelander, man? Like, I know she don't want to do it. I don't want you to do it. We just,
Yeah, you don't
hey,
want no
Mr.
smoke,
Homelander, can you stop?
man.
Can you not take my girl?
You not take my
Like, what do you
girl.
say to him?
I don't know, man. I feel like Huey is kind of just giving up, and he's defeated, and he's just like, hey, he's a yes man to Butcher at this point, and a yes man to Butcher is like you need somebody to check Butcher's impulses, not agree with them shits, and I
Yeah,
think that's
for real.
why he's kind of both of them have kind of gone off the edge, but
He's
we'll
been a yes
see
man for
because
2 seasons.
Huey thought he was doing the right thing though, for a whole year, and
he
then
was big. He started the episode, or he started the season with big dick energy, and that nigga was his boss. Like that was a crazy twist.
he was Butcher and the boys' boss. And
Nigga
now
had to send expense
it was
reports and
all a
shit.
farce. It was all a farce. He was literally working with Vought, but he ain't know it. So now he's like, damn, like who am I? I'm just the same old bitch Huey.
Same old
Exactly.
bitch. I
He
mean,
ain't
we're gonna
changed.
we're gonna we're gonna see if Huey's permanently gone that way because last we saw him, Butcher threw up in his fucking mouth, and so obviously he's gonna have to come clean about that V24, compound V24 and shit, and then we'll see how Huey takes that shit. If he really does like, if,
I
if Huey
mean,
thinks that's like, I feel like Huey
That
might
might snap him
agree.
back into.
That it could either snap him back into it or be like, hey, if you can't beat him, join him, kind of deal.
We getting
all
soup
right, but
Huey?
let's be honest, man. Would y'all take that shit?
No.
This nigga, that shit got a lot of side effects, my nigga. That shit, I was like,
I wouldn't take the first batch, but 3 or 4 batches in, yeah, I would take it. You
nigga
trying to
said
say
once
you
they
want to be a
work out the
superhero for 24
kinks,
hours?
For 2 million?
it is.
Let's say you have 15 or 20 million to your name. You ain't gonna spend 2 million to be a superhero for a day, nigga.
For 1 day? What the
For
fuck am
one
I
day,
doing
and
day?
you're not even guaranteed to get a good power. Like that nigga Butcher had no clue what his powers was gonna be.
Mike, what would you do for $2 million that you couldn't do with $2 million?
Exactly.
What do you mean? I would become a superhero for a day.
I mean, but shit, I'd rather just like blow 2 mil.
Blow too. Like have fun. Like that nigga turned into fucking Scott off of X-Men. Like the or what was the nigga with the laser? What is that nigga's name?
Cyclops.
So,
Cyclops. Yeah, he turned into fucking
so just the
Cyclops
ability
off
to
of
have all the
X.
power at your fingertips for 24 hours. You would say 2 million is too much to
Mike,
pay?
Mike, you're
Yeah,
not
because that shit is
guaranteed
literally
a
gone
good. What
after
if
that.
you get and the side effects are
Hmm.
ass, and you're not guaranteed a good power? Like, have we not watched enough of like My Hero Academia and fucking and the boys and all these other? There be like superpowers. 95% of them shits be ass, bro. Let's be
You get
honest.
all right.
What
You
if you
pay
got
2 mil.
Moneta and you're just fucking throwing balls for like sticky
No, you pay
balls?
2 mil and you get Victoria Newman's power. You ain't doing shit with
You
that.
can't do that. Yeah.
I'm blowing shit up for 24 hours. What you mean?
Ah, he's popping heads. Hell no, this
You go
nigga
to a
might be
gun
All right,
range.
turning.
but what happens if you take it and you get the power to travel the multiverse? You trying to say you ain't gonna like be like, damn, that's lit?
All right, you
Oh, if
ain't
you
getting
get
that,
America
nigga.
Chavez and shit, bro, like that. All I'm just saying, like
Y'all
there's
crazy.
a
So how much
there's
would
a
you how much
wide
would you pay?
variance.
How much would you guys pay to be a superhero for a day? You got a 50, I'll say you got a 50-50 shot at having a cool power or a shitty power for a day.
I mean, it's got to be like I'll put it maybe at like 500,000,
Yeah,
200,000,
a
somewhere in
little
that
quarter
range. Like we're
mil.
getting a little like they got a strong markup on the product right now. Like
Hey
we need like a
man, if you paying
75%
200,000, you getting shitty powers. I'm paying 2 million. I'm getting the best powers. I'm,
Well,
I'm paying top price. I better get some
You can't
firepower.
buy that mid. You can't cop that mid, man.
Yeah,
you got
man.
that man. Hey
You
man,
getting the
in
Johnson and
in the
Johnson if you
word
were.
in the famous
The
words
Johnson
of
and Johnson
Lee's,
powers.
in the famous words of Lee's,
Hey
that
man.
that mid still smokes, man.
Hey man, you get that
Mid
Johnson and
still
Johnson power,
smokes.
you
Shout
gonna
out
be
Lee's.
You
you
gonna
gonna
be
be
sick.
termite.
Yeah, you can be termite for a day getting them
Everybody,
Johnson and Johnson.
shout out Lee's. Mid still smokes. That's all I'm gonna say, man.
All
Hey
right, man.
man.
All right. Let's wrap this thing up. All right. Do we have any? I know we already had that good take, Dante, about Edgar secretly having powers, but any other season predictions moving forward? I'm gonna go ahead and kick it off. Starlight going back to her nigga, bro.
Oh, the Mexican dude.
Yeah, Starlight going back to my man Supersonic, who we didn't even get to talk about, but seems
Yeah.
like a good guy. I'm sure he won't have a villain twist at the end. There's just no way.
There's just
You think you
no way,
will?
right?
I don't know, man. 'Cause, he just seemed like he
He
too good. He
seemed to
like
be
a Tim
sipping the
Tebow
Homelander
ass.
Kool-Aid there for a second.
Yeah, he seems like too good of a guy. I'm like, nah, like he's trying to fuck. Come on.
He's definitely trying to
I can
fuck.
see her going back to him, but then by season 4, her going back to Huey, unless Huey's dead at that point. But
Yeesh, man,
Is
you love
that your
predicting
prediction?
somebody
Huey's
dying.
dead. Huey's dead. End of the season, Mike.
no,
That
that's not my
is on
prediction.
the
But
record?
what?
What? That take is on the record? What?
No, it's not my take.
Moving the goalpost. Classic Mike. Classic Mike.
All right,
I mean,
Dante
yeah.
Bayless, what do you got?
Dante Bayless is such a hater, bruh. Anyway, bruh. I mean, I think I kind of mentioned on it earlier with Stan Edver, but also I just think Huey and Butcher have both gone off the deep end, and I think we're gonna see more of that. I don't think like the Huey we know is coming back. I think them niggas are going off the deep end, and shit is really about to hit the fan this season. Like we're about I think it's gonna be even gorier, and it's really about to be some scorched earth shit going on. Like I think these niggas are about to double down on the shit that we have seen in these eps. I think it's getting worse, not better.
Yeah, it's about to be a full out war.
Yeah.
What I had a prediction on for the end of this season, I can see Butcher's obviously taking one more of those vials of V. He might give the other one to Huey, and then I could see Huey and Butcher fighting Homelander at the end. Maybe Starlight jumps in too or some shit. But I feel like I think we're going to get the Butcher Soup fight versus Homelander fight at the end. Whether Huey jumps in the end, that's hot take. I'm just gonna say hot take. He does just because I want to see that. That'd be fire.
Soup
But
Huey?
I think it's gonna end with Butcher. I guess I don't say hot take, but I predict that Butcher dies at the end of this season, or we think he's dead, fighting Homelander with his suit powers.
That's a good take, man. That's what the fuck
Yeah.
I like to hear, man. We get Soup Huey, we get a butcher death at the end of the season at the hands of Homelander. Now that I can get behind.
There
I
we
can get
go.
behind that shit. That's why we keep you on the pod, man. You got
Hey man,
who
Mikey
did you say
Sharp.
was
I
gonna
gotta
die?
fight Dante Bayless.
Who did you say was gonna die?
Brother.
You said Kendall was gonna die?
I
That man was
said
he had bad picks. He said
I
Roman and
said
Jerry were gonna fuck in
I said
succession.
Kendall was
And
gonna die. Yeah, that was a hot take.
the Kendall one was close, but the
No,
Roman
I
and
said
Jerry
the
one
Jerry
was
Roman. That was a hot take. That was just I guess because we put credence to hot takes. I thought they're just like we just
I mean, if you get it
knocking shit
right.
off.
If you get them
Yeah,
right,
yeah,
yeah.
right. It's just like it's
That's
a hot
okay.
take.
We'll chalk that one up as like a half court shot to beat the at the end of the
Hey, man,
quarter. Just crazy if it
I
goes in, but
I just try to stir the
didn't
pot.
really
Yeah,
take.
stir the pot.
All right. Well, until next time, ladies and gentlemen, this was another episode of You Hate to See It. We just talked about the boys for an hour and 4 minutes, and that shit was pretty goddamn good, if I had to say. Until next time, it's KP.
Mikey Dimes.
Be wild, and we brought to you by 93 and Beyond. Y'all go check out the shirt, man.
Oh yeah,
93
let
and
me
Beyond. Let's
before we head
go.
out, let me plug my brand. I recently started a brand. Listeners, 93 and Beyond, please check it out. My profile,
Check
Mike
it
Hill
out.
made it. It's vintage 90s type of brand, type of vibe. A lot of t-shirts, posters, a lot of cool shit. Just check it out. Let me know what you think.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir. Yes, sir. You heard him, man. 93 and Beyond. So until next time, listeners, what are our listeners called? Haters?
Haters. Yeah, you hate to see it. You hate to see it. Until next
Until
time,
next
haters.
time, haters. I love that.